Hello everyone, welcome back to the second section of database upgrade from 12.201 to 19.3 using the DBUA. So there are specific steps to upgrade the databases. This is specific to upgrading 12.2 to 19C. So first of all, let's verify our databases. Okay, what is there already? So if it is saying that my environment, so it should have Aura DBS database running already, which is should be currently in open mode. It should have one CDB and one PDB. Okay, this is the path and this is the directory location. So let's verify the process. Okay, let's change the environment variable Aura DB. Okay, /shdba. Let's check the database name from $database. Okay, check the container name. So it is CDB root. Let's check the PDBs. Perfect. PDB is in read write mode. So yeah, so this is the multi-tenant environment. Exit in, and I will show you the Oracle home as well. Okay, so now let's follow the steps one by one. If you guys actually go through these particular steps one or two times, I think you guys will know a bird's eye view of what is happening there. So one thing which is very important in here is, while doing the database upgrade, because there is actually a database upgrade itself, there will be lot of changes during the upgrade process. There will be lot of objects which will be kind of changing, internals, binaries, as well as dictionary tables, as well as those things are changing from 12CR2 to 19C. To make it compatible, Oracle has designed this upgrade process so that we actually verify using the pre-upgrade and post-upgrade scripts, so that it's the actual process of upgrading the database itself should be smooth. There are see, so what happens is, when the new version comes in, there are older versions which gets deprecated. This happened in Oracle 12c R2 as well when 19c came, and there are many features which got deprecated in 12c R2, in 19c. So for that reason, that needed to be validated as well, and that has to be removed before we upgrade anything which is newer version. So Oracle has designed this process so that everything should be clean slate, so that when you actually finally do run the DB database upgrade assistant, it should identify everything. It should actually go through the process without having any error. So, and there is a step defined in it, and you cannot actually divert from that step. You have to follow step one by one so that you complete the process smoothly. An important part is, because this is a multi-tenant environment, so during the upgradation process, when you run the script from the root container itself, CDB, actually everything gets up, and all the PDBs, whatever PDBs are there, many multiple PDBs, maybe 2, 3, 4 or 10 PDBs are there in your environment, those will be upgraded as well accordingly. There will be a specific section while running the DBUA. It will ask you that you want to upgrade those PDB as well accordingly, and then you select it. It is automatically selected, but you can select and deselect it. So that's how it goes. So let's go through the process. The most important part of database upgrade is because there is a huge change that will be we will be going through, and this can be a production environment as well. So Oracle has suggested us to do all the pre-upgrade task. The most important of all in this is taking the backups. The important backup will be um, the database backup. So during this backup you just go and log in using the root. Actually, when you do a SQL plus slash sysdb, you automatically get into the root until you changed it to pdb. You are already there in cdb root, and then you connect to arm and target slash, and then you can take the backup, and it will take the backup of all the data files, including the data files from pdb seed, data files from cdb root, and there will be data files from the applications itself as well as the pdbs, right? So those data files will be backed up until you choose not to. cdb has been designed in the way where when you take the backup, saying that backup database including archive log, it will take the backup of everything including archive log. So it takes the backup of data files from the pdb as well. So you don't need to worry, you just run the backup and it will be stored in the archive locations for the redo logs. As well as for backup, you should have an FRA location, which we already ran through, and we have actually enabled the archive log destination, so everything should be fine. Other than that, there will be a manual backup you wanted to take, the TNS file, the listener file. There are chances where you have 10, 15, 20 databases. You don't want to create a new TNS names.aura file or multiple listeners, so better to back up these files as well. Back up these sp file and p file and password file. This is very much important. So what I have done is I have created a specific backup directory, which you will see in future. That directory you can actually create, you can remove later, but take the backup in there so that you have a specific location already set up. Okay, so let's take the backup first. As you already know, we are already in our 12c R2 database environment. So we'll just say arm and target. I'll show you one more thing. I'll do SQL plus slash sysdba archive log list. Archive it, the database is in archive mode and the destination is db recovery file dash. So we can check show parameter db underscore recovery. Yeah, so all the backups will go to FRA, including the archive log as well, and it has 12 point around 12.7 GB of space. That's enough, but we will be increasing that according to the upgradation process, because it asks us to actually increase the specific area. So yes, we'll do that. Let's exit out of it, go arm and target slash. Okay, what you need to do is backup cku backup database backup. I'll do the compressed backup as compressed backup set database plus archive log delete input. It will take the physical backup. As you all know, Arman takes the physical backup. This is not the logical backups. I'll come back as soon as this is completed. Yeah, so as I was saying, that the backup will take the backup of container database files, seed files, as well as whatever PDB files and application database files. So this is the CDB root files, the main files where the data dictionary is sitting, all the metadata, is sitting there. This is Aura PDB. This is PDB pluggable database data files, because we chose the local undo table space, so it has undo table space which is also backed up. This is a seed file, so you see OMF based directory has been created, so you see all these things, plus auto backup of control file and SP file has already also been taken. You guys need to make sure one thing. Let me show all that there are different configuration parameters in here. Make sure that this particular parameters is always on, so that whenever you back up the database, control file and SP file is automatically backed up. This is a good practice. Yeah, so this is a very important parameter, so you need to make sure that you need to set up this control file auto backup on always, so that the database backup actually picks up the control file and the SP file backup as well. In the multi-tenant environment, you can also do one thing, is take the specific root backup. So the command will be, I'm just showing it, you don't need to do it. If you already have a cron job, that is automated job in your environment, where it actually does the database backup and incremental level 1 backup after the level 0 backup, and that is on the regular basis, then you don't need to specifically take the root backup, but I will show you the command what to do in that situation. So what you can say is backup database root. So you see that it takes the root database backup and it's done. So now the backup of the database itself has been completed. Now let's take the backup of TNS names as well as SP file, P file, sqlnet.aura. So let me check my location, backup location, if I have created the folder to take the backups. So what was that? Aura data, FRA, ls. So yeah, cd backups. So what you need to do, I had previous backups which I took. I'll show you how to take the backup. So what you need to do is just say copy. Actually you better navigate to the Oracle home/dbs ls. So copy the Aura pw file and sp file to /aura data /fra/backups. That's done. Just go back one up directory and then cd network, cd admin, and take the backup of TNS listener and TNS names dot aura file and listener.aura file. So what do you call, copy listener.aura TNS names.aura to /aura data /fra/backups. So now we have taken the specific backups as per our plan. The Arman backup has been taken and these files backup has been taken. We can go to the location Aura data and FRA and backups, and when you list it, you already have these files. So now let's move on. What I will also do is, actually I'll copy the SP file as well as the password file to the 19C DBS location. So what I will do is copy or a pw and sp file to /oracle base product 19C dbs location. So if you cls-al, you see that these files are there. Okay, let's moving on with the specific requirement. Okay, so here you see this pre-upgrade script. This particular upgrade script, actually this file actually exists, so you have to actually run this jar file from the 19C home, and for that from 19C home, and for that actually you need to evoke Java, because this is jar file that needed to be run. So we actually find the Java location from here, from the 12C home. You say -jar, run this file, and then put all the output, sorry about that, put all the output in this directory. So what it will do, it will generate 3 log files, sorry, 1 log file and 1 pre-upgrade and post-upgrade script. So you will see what I'm trying to say. We will need to first create this pre-upgrade script, pre-upgrade directory path. So let's create it. It's done. Now we will evoke this pre-upgrade script so that it will actually output 3 files, which is 1 log file and 2 more files. Those files are pre-upgrade and post-upgrade, fixing pre-upgrade and post error scripts. I'll show you which script I'm talking about. So these 2 scripts, .sql fixup scripts, that's what I was trying to say. So let's run this. You can actually navigate to this particular location. So paste this -jar, and I have to navigate to admin folder, Oracle base product 19C. So this will be 3 db rdbms admin folder pre-upgrade.jar, run it. It will take some moment and it will generate the file, the 3 files I was talking about. It will generate this file, .log file. It will generate pre-upgrade fixup.sql script and post-upgrade.fixup script. Just give it a moment. Actually, I missed one part of providing it the directory structure. So it randomly picked one of the location. I don't want that location, so I will run that. It actually picked up this CFG tool, this location. I don't want that. I will provide it the directory. So how you provide is file dir, and then you say the location /home/ what was that, Oracle /pre-upgrade. Yeah, so it will generate. Let me come back. Nice. So it has actually generated in my preferenced home, or rather the directory path which I was actually preferring. So now we will look at the log file. Let me clean the screen. what we will do, we will just say cat /home /oracle /pre-upgrade pre-upgrade.log file. So why we are actually seeing it is, it will actually tell you, because the version is actually changing, so there are chances where the metadata and the data dictionary tables will be changing. There are chances that many objects kind of become obsolete, or there will be an issue. So we will need to actually run the pre-upgrade script and post-upgrade script to actually validate those objects. It's providing all that information. Let me show you one by one what it's trying to say, why it's giving you so much information, because it's breaking down the sections into CDB root and PDB seed and PDB. If you have ran this particular tool into non-CDB environment, it would have given you only one section, but in this situation it will give you 3 sections for each databases, and it will take more time to actually upgrade it. So the section starts from here, so it will completely tell you that what is the database status prior to upgrade. So it will say that this is CDB root, and it will say this is 12.2 database. This database is in archive log mode. There are different objects it will check, and it will say that it can be it's actually validated, and it said that it's ready to be upgraded. There are some pre-task and post-tasks you need to perform, so for that reason as well there are different sections. Like before upgrade there will be required action, so it says none, but recommended action, it says that there are required actions which are kind of mandatory, which is nothing, but there are recommended actions which you can perform so that your database actually transitions into another database without any issues. So one of those is the gathering of dictionary stats. The thing happens is currently Oracle Optimizer has a proper plan and efficient SQL execution plans, right, in your current environment. But the thing is, as soon as this is moved to the different databases, everything will be purged, nothing will be available. Optimizer have to work more hard to actually develop those execution plans. Now your developers are going in and trying to execute the queries. There will be more time taken into reading the queries or running the queries. So you don't want that. So you better actually gather the statistics and move those statistics to the another database. So these type of things should be there. It is actually giving us information what all table spaces are there and what all data files are there. I'll go through this pretty fast. It will tell you that there is a pre-upgrade fix-up script that needed to be run. There is after upgrade section as well. After that, this is the mandatory field, but actually you don't need to do that. There are recommended things that can be done, which is good, like time zone file, which has to be upgraded to from 26 to 32. Usually what happens that when you go for a manual upgrade rather than an DBUA, you will have to do all these tasks manually by running the scripts. But in DBUA actually performs all these tasks for you, so you don't need to actually worry. Even you don't need to worry about the pre-fix scripts as well as post-fix scripts. But there are some tasks which you need to run, like I will run this gather dictionary stats and some other tasks as well. So see, there is another section for PDB seed. It will verify the objects. In your real environment, there will be hundreds of tables with important statistics as well. You want your optimizer to be kind of migrated to, or its information to be migrated to the different database as well. You don't want to have your optimizer working hard towards the newer environment, and now your environment is kind of environment will have more contention of memory as well as IO operations, because the database will have to work more harder to actually pull the tables from the data files rather than anything available on the memory itself. So yeah, so same thing goes for the different sections. So this is PDB section, same thing. So what I will do, I will just leave that. I'll clear the screen. We will go through our task. So we will keep moving. So that's what I was actually saying, that before upgrade it will ask to complete required action. It will provide the steps and details. So Oracle has designed this script in such a way that when it generates the pre-upgrade.log, it will actually verify your environment and gives you complete details of what is available, what can you do to fix those things, and then it provides you the fix up scripts as well, so that you, what all different objects are kind of having any issues, it will fix it. Now you have to verify your table space, if the table space is auto extensible. Let's verify that if our environment have that. So what I will do, I'll connect as equal plus SHDBA. We are currently into show container name. We can check this complete script to validate if our table space is auto extensible. Yes, this auto, it says auto extensible, so no worries. Initialization parameters also not required. What we will do is we will now start gathering the stats. So this is what I was talking about, the optimizer statistics, dictionary statistics. So we will run this. It will take some moment and will complete. So these are the kind of important part of either upgrading or migrating the databases, so that when you migrate anything or upgrade anything, your objects shouldn't become obsolete. And now this is a very critical environment as well, because your dictionary itself is actually changing, the internal tables itself is changing, the database is getting upgraded. So better is to gather all important things, whatever you can, before migrating your database or running the database upgrade assistant. Per the recycle bin. So this is done. I'll clear the screen so that it doesn't look cluttered. Host clear. Now we will keep going. We need to refresh the materialized views. Everybody must be knowing about materialized views. So we need to refresh it. So these information are provided in the .log file which we used when we ran the pre-upgrade script, right? So it generated a log file. So it went through the complete database environment, including this current environment and the other environment. It kind of validated if everything and objects are ready to move. It will suggest you to remove those what do you call that, features which are kind of obsolete in 19C but currently available in 12C. So you need to move away from those things which are kind of obsolete. Now this is very important, archiving archive log, and and we need to check the archive log location. So show need to check if the database is in archive log mode. So as archive log list. So yeah, we enabled that archive log, so we already know that, and this is the way to go, because the thing is that in real environment as well, you do not want your redo logs to overwrite, because redo logs, as you already know, that it's circular in nature. So first one will, as soon as the first redo log group will be filled up, it will go to the second one, to the third one. Let's say if you have three redo log groups, if you don't have an archive log destination, and if database is not in archive log mode, so as soon as your archive and your redo log will be switched, archive log won't be generated, and your archive log destination will be kind of, redo log file will be, sorry, not archive log but redo log file will be overwritten. And that's what you don't want, because the thing is that redo log files are very important in the environment, which is very critical, because in case of disaster or a shutdown, when you don't want it, you want your instance to be recovering all those blocks which were in the memory while when the database got disconnected or somehow got crashed. So yes, archive log is very very important for to roll forward the operation. And as you know that undo is for the rollback operation. So yes, now we know that the database is in archive log mode, and it is using db recovery file dest. So we will verify the db recovery file dest. So show parameter db underscore recovery. Okay, so it says that the db recovery file dest as well as archive log destination both are same. So when you take the rman backup, or if you if in the archive log is generated, everything will be here in the slash or a data slash fra. The location, the space amount of space is 12.7 GB. So let's validate this using the df-h command as well, or our data fra. So we have 20 gigs in our data. What we will do, we can also increase the space, alter system set recovery set, sorry, is equals 20, let's say not 20 but 18G. It's not going to use it, but we will say 18G. This is done. Now we have to create a flashback guaranteed restore point in case of something got failed during the upgrade operation. We want a flash guaranteed restore point. It's kind of a flag. When database did not upgrade properly, we will have a restore point so that we can flash back the database to specific point in time. So we will currently, because the database currently has not started the upgrade, we will create a kind of flag here, so that in case something goes wrong during the upgrade operation, we can flash back the database. So let's check if flashback is on or not. No, it's not on, but from 11.2, from version 11.2, you don't need to explicitly turn on the flashback. During the creation of guaranteed restore point, it will be automatically turned on. Let's check the log mode, the database in archive log mode. Let's check the compatibility of the database. Currently it will say 12.2. Nice. Yeah. Let's check the recovery. It will show the recovery path destination, and we changed this to 18 gig, so it's showing that. We already changed this, so we don't need to do that. Let's check the restore point. It shouldn't show anything because we haven't done anything yet. Let's create a restore point kind upgrade with the name upgrade. Create restore point upgrade, so that we create a flag. Done. Let's check it again with restore point. So now yes, it has created it. Now all the prerequisites to be completed before running the DBUA, a database upgrade assistant, has been completed. Now let's run the database upgrade assistant. So database upgrade assistant needed to be run from the 19C home. So what we need to do is navigate to Oracle base product 19C database bin DBUA. It's coming up. So now it has automatically identified the 12C home and the database name. Let's put the sysdba user, the user which have sysdba privilege. So sys next. Yeah, so it's saying that these one will be upgraded. So do you want to do it or not, kind of. So it will automatically be pulled in. If there would have been a multiple databases, because we have only one, so we cannot select the priority, this is the one, it will be automatically pulled in. But the thing is that if you have multiple PDBs, then you had an option of selecting and deselecting. But the problem would have been that eventually in future you would have to upgrade it. You needed to upgrade it, otherwise there would have been problems. So rather than waiting for the future, better to do it immediately. Select everything and do it immediately, because we didn't had multiple options, so we have to do this. So it will automatically upgrade the CDB and eventually upgrade the PDB seed as well as pluggable database. It will do the pre-checks. This particular process will take around 1.5 hours. So this is according to your environment, your home environment. If your home environment have a slow IO or kind of storage device or very less amount of memory, then it will take a lot of time, because it does all the manual process. I'll come up with another video with manual process so that you guys also understand how the manual process is done, but it is very hectic. That's the reason Oracle has designed the DBUA to do this faster rather than wasting time on manual process, step by step process. So there was around 20-25 processes you needed to run through, but this one was 10 to 11 processes, and it's very fast. So it's not throwing any severity or anything, so we will run move forward. Yes, you need to select all these already selected. You upgrade the time zone data I was talking about, parallel upgrade, and there are chances when the upgrade is occurring, there are chances that the objects become invalid, right? There are system metadata as well as dictionary objects, internal objects, which are moving from the older version to a newer version. So there are chances while running those PL SQL code or different things, internal codes, right? They can become invalid. So this particular script which runs behind the scene, which will recompile those objects and make sure those objects are valid. Yeah, so it automatically picked up the guaranteed restore point and it is using it. It has picked up the listener as well. We'll move next. We are not taking the enterprise manager, just uncheck it. We're not using it. Gathering summary, finish it. Okay, so let me come back after it finishes. Then there will be post upgrade task. There are not much tasks left. The post upgrade task will be verified in the Aura tab file. In older version of the Oracle database, when you would have upgraded it from 11G R2 to 12C, you would be needed to upgrade the needed to update the Aura tab file as well, because the process would not change it automatically. But in the current version of 19C, upgrading from 12C R2 to 19C, script will be automatically run, and agent will automatically change this Aura tab file to the latest Oracle home, that is 19C home. So don't need to worry about it. It will verify the time zone as well. It will verify the invalid object. So we will see those. So this should be 32 or 36 something. It should say no. We will say the DBA registry. It will say all the objects are valid or not. We don't need to run the post upgrade script because DBUA is already doing it. We will drop the restore point and clean up, do the cleanup. We will check again for the restore point as well. We will check the compatibility and we will see that it has not been changed. So we need to make sure that we need to change it to 19C. It will still show you 12C. Then we will shut down immediate, because everything is SP file, right? We are doing everything in SP file. Let me check. Yeah, we are doing currently in SP file, so we needed to restart it. So to get that effect, we'll shut down a startup. We will see the compatible version. We'll check the mode. We'll check the listener, and then we are done. So not much activities are left. So let me come back and then we will complete this part and then we will wrap up the video. Thanks. Yeah, so hello everyone, welcome back. So it's been a long time. Actually, it took me around 2 hours 4 minutes to actually complete this task, but this task has been completed successfully, and it is actually showing the upgrade results. It has completed everything, including time zone upgrade, CDB root post upgrade, PDB time zone upgrade. So I'll close this. Now, as promised, we will actually go through this post upgrade tasks. So let me open this and let me check if Aura tab file has the correct entry for the 19C home. cat/etc/Aura tab. So yeah, it has completed that. It is correctly set up to 19C. That's verified. Let's verify the time zone. So what we need to do is, let's set the environment variable. Aura DB is the one. +//dba. See, the database has been upgraded and it's showing version 19.3. Let me select the time zone and run it. Yeah, so perfect. It was 26 before, now it's 32. Let's check the invalid objects from DBA objects. There are no invalid objects. Let's check the DBA registry. This will show what all objects are valid. So it will say the status valid in front of it. So there will be specific column and rows. Yeah, everything shows valid. No issues at all. We don't need to run the post upgrade task, fix up task, because everything is fine. Let's drop the restore point, because it's not needed to roll back or flash back the database. Everything went fine. Let's check the restore point if it is still available. We have dropped it, so it shouldn't show it. Perfect. Now let's check the parameters for compatibility. It should still show 12C, 12.2. We need to actually change it. So we need to run this, but this will be changed into SP file. And we need to reboot the database to actually show the effect of it. We are not changing it into memory, and this parameter is not dynamic, so it shouldn't say both scope equals to both. It won't work. It will always be SP file, and then we need to reboot it. We need to reboot the database itself. So shut down immediate. Just wait for the database to shut down, and we will start it up again. So we are almost done. Upgrade task is, it's not very complex, but it takes a lot of time. But DBUA, the database upgrade assistant, has actually made the task pretty much easier. But when I will go through the manual task of it, you will understand that it's very hectic, and it will take a lot of time actually to remember all those things. There should be a checklist and documentation to actually go through each one of them properly, and then validate it, and then make sure everything is fixed to move forward other steps. So database has been shut down. Start it up. Perfect. Let's see the compatibility now. It should be changed to 19C. That is what we need. Good. Let's check the open mode and the version and the name of the database. Good. Let's check the listener. lsnrctl status. Okay, so everything is fine. Listener is actually running from 19.3 home. So this is product database, this is home network admin. It is running from there. That's the reason it's giving the version, that one. And service is registered with the listener, so everything is fine. So what we will do, we'll try to connect it. Let's see if we are able to connect it. So SQL plus sys // 192.168.10. Actually, I don't remember the host IP address. ifconfig 168. We don't need to enter the port number or a DB. So listener, hold on. Yeah. Dot local domain as sysdba. Oh, I think service is actually registered, right? So I'll try to connect to our DB PDB. Let's actually resolve this thing. rather than just leaving this as is. Listener does not know about the service. It doesn't matter if I do 1521 as well. Something is missing. Listener does not currently know the service. Is there a password file available? Let me check, because we are logging in as yeah, that's correct. Let me enter the password too. Oh, that was the issue. We are able to connect, so we are actually fine. It should actually have prompted us prompted us for password, but it did not. So actually everything is fine. We can even connect to PDB directly. So what we should say, Aura DB PDB. Is it running? Is it registered? Yeah. Okay. So we need to say .local domain. Good. So name from $database. Good. So now we validated everything. I know that the video was long, but hopefully everybody understood the steps whatever we went through, and I hope that you guys will try at your home as well as in your environment too. If you follow along properly, this should be a piece of cake. I will come up with a different type of videos, as well as I'll start coming up with a Linux administration as well as a small nugget style of videos where it will cover just 10 minutes of special topics or issues we face day in day out. And sometimes what happens that people do not actually know how to actually resolve it, or small topics which are very pretty much required for Oracle DBS. So keep looking for those videos. Hopefully you like this particular section. Thank you very much for joining. Bye.